everyone. So today I'll be talking about World Sight Day. I am Dr. Survi Dutt. I practice in a clinic called as Anya Polyclinic in Sabdurjung Enclave. So why is it important for World Sight Day? It's an awareness program. We are trying to help out for all of you to know your basic important conditions which you have to know. So, importance of vision. Vision is a window to the world. We see everything, so we know everything, and thus 80% of our mind, memory, everything is controlled by our vision or eyesight. World Sight Day is an annual global event which draws attention on blindness and vision impairment. The objective is to create awareness about various eye conditions. This day focuses on drawing attention to leading causes of blindness. Why World Sight Day? It is very, very important because overall, globally, there are 2.2 billion people who have unaddressed vision impairment or blindness. Among that, 2% of them reside in India, from which 1.1 billion are affected because of corneal issues. And corneal transplants needed in India is approximately 1 million. But we annually just have 25,000, which is quite sad. And thus, more corneal transplants or corneal patients have to come up front, the families have to come up front for donating the eyes. Need more cornea donors. So sight and vision, we see an object, it is actually reversed in our eyes and then again made straight in our brain. Thus, in simple words, the brain eye coordination or the nerve complex is also very important and also should be addressed by patients on a regular basis. Understanding the eye anatomy, I'm just going to brief you on the overall eye parts. The frontmost part is called as the cornea, which accounts for almost three-fourths of the vision which we have. And the remaining one-fourth is from the lens. The posterior part has a gel-like protective fluid which helps to keep the structure of our eye. And then we have the optic nerve. So the common eye problems which we see on a daily basis is any kind of vision which is seen as distance blurriness or near blurriness called as myopia or hyperopia. Dry eyes is very, very common. Digital eye strain is because of continuous, excessive, prolonged digital screen exposure. Then you have conjunctivitis and also very rare other conditions. The common eye problem seen in children, yes, children must be checked by the specialist. Parents should be aware that at an age of 3 years is should be the first eye checkup or else earlier if the child faces any of these kind of situations like any kind of condition called as lazy eye or we term it as amblyopia, squinting or a drooping of the lid. So the common problem we see in older people is presbyopia, which is a near-sighted problem, cataract, glaucoma, ARND, which is a age-related retinal condition, and diabetic retinopathy. So myopia, which we call it as distance blurriness, is a very common condition and should be addressed in children. Very, very important. Even before 8 years of age, that would be imperative because then you can pick up conditions which are permanently causes a condition which we just spoke about, lazy eye. So we need to get a routine examination in children. So that can be treated by wearing spectacles, contacts, or also you can go in for a cosmetic surgery if you are above 18 years and the power is stable. Very, very important. Hyperopia is where you have a blurriness for near or also when you have it in adults but not in the age group of 40 and above, then you can have blurriness for distance as well as for near. In these conditions again, the patient complains of a lot of headaches and again the same treatment are there. Amblyopia, as we said, lazy eye, we have to know. I'm not going to tell you about everything which is in here because it's a very detailed, very busy slide. But you have to know that a child with a squinting or a head tilt, or a child who is actually going too close to the screen or trying to squint his eyes or squeeze his eyes, must require to be taken to an eye specialist because this condition, as we call it as amblyopia, after the age of 8 years cannot be treated at all. So please, imperative to take your child for a checkup. Strabismus, or we call it a squint, is also a part of something which we just heard about, amblyopia. So amblyopia can lead to squint, but there are various other causes of squint also, which would be too much for this present communication that we have. But we must note that squinting also should be taken care of. We have to see for conditions how we can treat them, and this only an eye specialist can do. Ptosis is drooping of the lid. Again, this is usually by birth, but can also be because of any kind of nerve complex or muscle weakness, which again needs to be seen by your eye specialist. A conjunctivitis is a pink eye wherein the eye becomes red, but pink eye can also be not just an infective condition, but also some amount of allergic conditions, and thus should not be self-treated, should not, you have to avoid touching your eyes, you have to wash your hands, you have to avoid splashing into your eyes, and immediately go and consult an eye specialist. Ulcers are infections which are very, very strong infections of the eye and require urgent eye specialist examination. You cannot treat this by over the counter drops. Please do not do it, because I've seen a lot of patients coming with, they use Patanjali, they use eye tone, and they come around with a bad infection. So please do urgently consult your eye specialist if anyone near or dear has this condition. Cataract is a very common condition which affects children also by birth, by trauma, anything. But in adults, it is very, very common, and it's an age change. So you will have blurry vision, you will have problem to see, you will have glare, you may have any sort of spectacles frequently changing. So cataract is the most common condition where people should be aware that it is not because only it does not have to be taken into consideration for surgery only when it is hard or advanced. If the cataract is affecting your vision in any sort and is affecting your normal day-to-day activities, the cataract needs to be addressed, and cataract, the only treatment is surgery. So surgery is, in brief, we do it with a specialized lens implanted after removal of the cataract from your eye. So there are various ways of dealing with the surgical procedures, but the most common being phacoemulsification, and you also have a hybrid cataract surgery called as laser femtosecond cataract assisted surgeries. So these are various options where now patients have a lot of options, but it's more important for patients to be aware that cataract is done all through the year. There is no seasonal preferences. We do it, it's safe, just the precautions have to be explained by your concerned specialist. Glaucoma is another condition wherein the patients have to know it is a slow dying condition of the nerve if not treated or if not picked up early. And it affects the pressures of the eye and thus affects the nerve. And slowly, as you can see in the image, the blurriness, this is a normal vision. This is the early wherein the side view is blurry. And then in the end, it becomes a tubular vision, which obviously we do not want. We want the nerves to be healthy. So thus, glaucoma can only be picked up by your specialist. It cannot be picked up by you in the early stages. And for this, we need various tests, which is a detailed glaucoma evaluation, which is not done in a normal eye evaluation part. It is done once your specialist examines you and checks whether you are at risk or not, takes a detailed history, and then takes you ahead for a glaucoma evaluation. The treatments, you have various options depending on what type of glaucoma are you actually suffering from. Laser, filtering surgeries, even drops. Drops is the most common, wherein 80% of the patients require it. After any of this treatment, you have options of, but eye drops is the main standard protocol to be used. ARMD is not so much related to patients, but yes, as the age advances, especially when you're 50, 60 years old, there are various pigments which get deposited in your posterior layers, which affect your vision because they affect the pigmentation and affect the nerves of your back. So if the nerves are affected, the pigments go and deposit in the back, you will have blurry vision, you will have central loss of vision you can also have complications. So it is imperative that a routine examination is a must, because this also cannot be picked up by a general patient. And of course, there are conditions like smoking and obesity and heredity which affect and aggravate this condition. You also have the same kind of blurriness as in glaucoma, but this is more central. You see the periphery. In glaucoma you have the peripheral, which gets which is affected first, but in ARMD the central part is affected first, and this can also happen in cataract. Therefore this cannot be picked up by the common person, it has to be examined by the specialist. Diabetic retinopathy is a very, very important condition where patients do not understand the seriousness that it has to be a routine examination for any patient who has diabetes. It is very, very important, and I request all of you to know that even if you do not have any symptoms, you need to go for a routine checkup, which is very important because you can pick up the common signs of diabetes early. The specialist can pick up and advise you for a more stringent control of your diabetes by your physician. Otherwise, this is a permanent loss of vision which cannot be cured by any means in spite of your control of sugar, if it affects very advanced in the eye. Diabetic retinopathy has the same symptoms: blurriness, shading, glared vision, doubling, all that. But what is important is the effect is because of a poor control of sugar. There also is affected by tobacco chewing, also affected by high BP. If it is picked up early, there are good stability of the eyes as well as the sugar can be maintained. Eye strain is very, very common now, especially during COVID, and also because people are now working from home and also people are now more at home, so they have more time to themselves. So eye strain is something which is very common, and it's because of the increased exposure to the UV rays from the screens. So the overexposure can cause blurry vision, irritation, the most common being irritation, headaches, watery eyes, and of course, difficulty to focus. So what do we have to do? We should decrease the exposure. And this is what's happening now, that it's more on these chatting is becoming increased, social media exposure is more, Netflix has gone up. This is all not required to an extent where it's harming your eyes. You do it in a controlled breaks, it's all right. And of course, if it's still affecting you, then yes, you require to show to an eye specialist. So impact: difficulty in reading, you cannot do any of your daily work. So you need to follow these simple tips. Keep your screen devices at least 20 inches away. Lower the brightness, but do not go to a very dim point. It should be comfortable to your eyes. Follow 20-20-20 rule. That is 20 minutes, take a break. Look away for 20 feet, and that you take a break for 20 seconds. So this is a 20-20 rule, and this should be followed in the year of 2020. Wash your eyes frequently, but do not splash into your eyes. That is what I want to stress. People think that washing eyes is the same as splashing water into your eyes. No, washing eyes is just cleaning it from outside. You do not need to splash into your eyes. And avoid using screens as much as possible during your night time before you go to bed. And blink often. When you're using your screen devices, we generally decrease the amount of times we blink. It is a subconscious switching off, and we come down to 4 times in a, we are supposed to blink 8 to 10 times in a minute. We come down to 4 times, which is very, very less. So our tear film is not made, and that causes a permanent chronic cycle of dry eyes. And of course, a small note on taking pledge to please donate eyes and light up people who are affected by cornea blindness. This will really, really go a long way. And I do pledge, and I am a cornea specialist. So please, this is very close to my heart. I would request all of you to please tell your family people that when anyone near and dear passes away, it is important that you give a pledge, call, and donate. Very, very important. Summarize: regular eye checkups is important for all age groups. any difficulties, report immediately to your eye specialist. Take frequent breaks from screen. Avoid poor illumination. Avoid splashing water in your eyes. Children must come for a regular eye checkup after the age of 3 or earlier. Diabetes and hypertension should be well controlled. Thank you.